Welcome to the Nurses Breakroom. It's not a place we get to visit very often in real life, but you're always welcome to come and recharge here. And while you're at it, head to selfcareisn'tselfish.com and grab your free copy of my book, Self-Care Isn't Selfish, The Compassionate Nurse's Step-by-Step Guide to Personalized Stress Relief. It's packed with simple, effective strategies to help you prioritize your needs without guilt so you can feel energized, focused, and ready to take on the day. Grab yours at selfcareisn'tselfish.com. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nurses Breakroom with Jenny Lytle, RN. We are in the middle of Nurses Week, and so I'm curious as to what that looks like for you. Is it a week full of disappointment and gifts you don't want or no real acknowledgement? Or is it something where you're able to really stop and think, gosh, this is great. This is why I became a nurse, and focus on those types of things. For some of it's kind of a mix of both. It's nice to have a week to celebrate nurses and the things that we do and that we help with. But at the same time, a lot of the big issues aren't ones that really get addressed. And so I just feel like this is such a great time to talk a little bit about what things really feel like for us a lot of the times. And I recently had a nurse that I was talking with say, I'm always behind and trying to catch up. And so then you start to feel like you can't handle it and wonder why you can't keep up. You start to doubt yourself. And most of us want to get done with work on time. You actually want to have a few minutes for yourself during the day, but that's something that can start to really feel out of reach. But there are things that you can do to help you get there. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time or a lot of effort, but it does have to be intentional. It's not something that's just going to happen, most likely. Because if you tell yourself that, like I've told myself that for years and different stretches of time, where you think, okay, this is just a really busy season right now, but soon it'll get better. But chances are it doesn't. It doesn't without you really putting forth some kind of effort and a plan in place. And I'm not saying that you're not trying to make things different. It's just maybe you're concentrating on some of the wrong things. And so I'd love for you to think about, or maybe even journal about, what you do if you were able to be done with work at the end of the day. I mean, if you could clock out or be done with your last patient and have your documentation done and not be on call that evening, and just think of like, what would that look like? What would that feel like? And how would that impact the way you show up in the rest of your life? So I'm thinking about putting together a workshop focused on reclaiming your evenings and loving your work again, because most of us that are in hospice or even other areas of nursing, most of us do it. Yes, we do it for a paycheck, but we do it too because we feel like it's something that we're called to do. So in my conversations, while I've been talking with nurses for the Hospice Nurses Wellbeing Project, most of us are in hospice because of some sort of personal experience with hospice, some reason why we really feel called to this particular work. And that's something that can make it even more challenging, because when we feel like we're doing something that we're meant to be doing and then feel like we're failing at it as well, that's tough. It's tough. And I've been there. I get that. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you be able to get through your days, yes, but to live the life that you really want to live and to love the work that you're doing again. Because I remember my first hospice job, it was the only job that I've ever truly loved. Like, I woke up of a morning excited to go to work. And then slowly that began to change. And it happens so slowly, so insidiously, that you don't recognize it until sometimes it feels too late. And I went through my own burnout journey, and that's when I realized like something's got to give. There's got to be a better way. So if you're ready to have time for what matters most to you and to enjoy your work again. DM enjoy to me on Instagram. It's Jenny Lytle RN, and I will share more info with you. Until next time, remember, self-care isn't selfish. It's the only way that we can continue to care for others and live our best lives. Have a great week. Disclaimer. Although I am a registered nurse, the medical and health information contained in this podcast is provided for general information and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. Therefore, before taking any actions based upon such information, I encourage you to consult with appropriate professionals. I do not provide any specific medical or health advice, and the use of or reliance on any information contained in this podcast is solely at your own risk.